Your homework has two shapes in which you need to find the volume. The first, here on the left, is the rectangular prism, and on the right, the cylinder. Both of them are going to be using the same formula, which is volume equals the area of the base times the height. The only difference between the two will be what shape the base is, and therefore how we find the area of it. On the left here, the base is a rectangle, and as I'm shading it in, you can imagine that this rectangle travels all the way to the top of the figure. And so the base is a rectangle, and the area would be 3 times 2, and then the height of the figure would be 6. Notice how I'm using this formula, 3 times 2. This is base times height, or excuse me, length times width for the bottom of the rectangular prism. And so our final answer here would be 3 times 2 is 6, times the height, which is 6. So the volume of this figure would be 36 cubic, let's say, inches. The same method is going to work on the cylinder, but the only difference is we're not going to use length times width to find the base. In a cylinder, the base is a circle. And so what we need to do is use the formula for the area of a circle. And so we'll see here volume equals the area of a circle is pi times radius squared, and then we'll put that times h here. So once again, notice how I replace the capital B with pi r squared, which is how we find the area of a circle. And then from here, the radius is 7. Notice how it's only halfway across the circle, so no reason for me to cut that number in half. It already is half. And so we've got 3.14, that's pi, times 7 squared times 6, which is the height of the figure. And if we work this out on our calculator, we have 3.14 times 49, which is 7 squared, times 6. I got 923.16 cubic inches. And so that would be the volume of the cylinder. Notice how I'm using the units cubic inches. I don't want you to actually cube anything, but volume is measured in the number of little cubes that fit inside the figure.